world rejects must move you most, said Montfort. At the heart of Montfort education lies compassion. Inclusive education was started in Montfort School, St. Thomas Mount, in the year 2007 with the objective of providing an equal opportunity to all these kids like normal.
Welcome to our 17th Annual Day celebrations.
Our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar. Our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar, Registrar, Anna University, Chennai, has arrived, along with our guest of honor, Ms. Niveda Thomas, a proud alumni of our school and an Indian film actress, along with our brothers of the community and dignitaries.
Let us give them a standing ovation.
Please be seated.
Respect is something that you and me ought to have.
Respect is something that you and me ought to show. Respect is something that you and me ought to give.
Respect is something that you and me ought to learn.
For tonight, hundreds of shining stars, hundreds of birds that go singing by, hundreds of bees in the purple clover, hundreds of butterflies off the lawn have gathered here to show their respect to make this wonderful evening a memorable one. Very good evening, parents, ladies, gentlemen, parents, and my dear friends. It is my honor and privilege to welcome each one of you to our 17th Annual Day celebrations. We are immensely happy at the presence of our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar, Registrar, Anna University, Chennai. We are joyous at the presence of our guest of honor, Miss Niveda Thomas, a proud alumni of our school and Indian film actress.
We are indeed happy to welcome all other dignitaries, heads of institutions, reverend fathers, reverend sisters, and reverend brothers of the community, and other well-wishers who are here this evening. I also extend a hearty welcome to our beloved parents, in whose honor we celebrate this evening. The curtain is raised, the tone and tempo has been set, and we are sure that this 17th Annual Day celebration will be exciting, memorable, and heart-throbbing.
Light, flavored, sweet and pure, inspires greatness, shows compassion, brings gifts and joy. The light which came to this world 2000 years ago kept our path in sight, embracing our heart's feelings, giving life a whole new spin.
To let our light shine before others, that they may see the good deeds and glorify our Father in heaven. We humbly light this sacred lamp with a choir singing a hymn of praise to Thee. We now request our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar, our guest of honor, Ms. Niveda Thomas, to light the lamp, along with our principal, who has always been a spark, igniting our talents, with our higher secondary staff, Mrs. Amul Suresh, and our school pupil leader, Master Surya.
nuance, the hidden language of the soul of our body, dipping themselves into their own souls, finding their own truth, what calls to their heart.
Moving their spirits, making their life dance to the song of their own essence. For now is the time to honor our distinguished guests and our dear parents by a welcome dance.
That was a graceful performance. We are happy to have eminent people in our midst as our guests. We now request our guests to take their places on stage. I request Jayesh to introduce our chief guest.
We are immensely happy to have Professor Dr. J. Kumar as our chief guest amidst us today, who is a professor in Crystal Growth Center, Anna University, Chennai, and currently holding the post of Registrar in Anna University. Sir has attained Jawaharlal Nehru Award in 1981, DAE Young Scientist Award in 1995, Active Consultant Award conferred by Anna University in 2011, and Tamil Nadu Scientist Award for Physical Sciences in 2012. He has also acquired scholarships such as NHRD Scholarship for his studies abroad, ICTP, an Italian scholarship in 1994, and Tamil Nadu Academy of Science Scholarship in 1996. He has held many posts such as member of Indian Space Research Organization's Standing Working Group for Microgravity Research Activities in India in 1998, as research manager of Electrotechnical Laboratory, Japan in 1999, reviewer of International Journal of Nuclear Instruments and Methods in Physical Research B, Beam Interactions with Materials and Atoms, researcher in INFM University of Lecce, Italy from 2000 to 2002, a referee of the Journal of Crystal Growth and Design, was also an executive committee member of Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology in 2006. Has been visiting professor of University of Illinois at Chicago in 2008 and visiting research professor of Dongik University, Seoul, South Korea in 2010. Member of Board of Studies of Physics in Bharathidasan University, Trichy. Member of Research Advisory Council of Loyola College, Chennai. Governing Council member, UGC nominee, Inter-University Acceleratory Center from 2011 to 2013. Sir, we are very proud to have you as our chief guest. Your presence will definitely be an inspiration to both our children, staff of our school. As a gesture of our appreciation, we request our principal, Reverend Brother K.K. Thomas, to adorn you with a shawl, and Ms. Subhashri, our physical education teacher, to present the memento.
We request our Vice Principal, Mrs. Monica De Souza, to introduce our guest of honor.
Check. Very good evening, distinguished guests on the dais, Reverend Brother Principal, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Brothers, Reverend Sisters, parents, and my dear students. It is with great pride I take this dais to introduce our guest of honor for today, Ms. Niveda Thomas, fondly called by her family and friends as Cookie. Niveda is the alumna of our school and has passed out in the year 2012-2013. Niveda joined Montfort when she was in class 4. She was indeed a prodigy from the very beginning. She started her career at a very tender age, and from then on, it is no turning back. Her initial acting was in the small screen, where she did some very prominent roles in the daily soaps telecasted during prime time. It was when she was in Standard 7, she started her film career as a child artist in the Malayalam movie Veruthe Oru Bharya. This memory is so fresh in my mind, even today. It is because at that time, I was her class teacher. And she did not attend school for nearly 1.5 months. So as a class teacher, I was actually wondering how this girl is going to come back and catch up with her studies. In fact, I was a little upset too. A typical quality of a typical teacher. Guess? Because back then we were following the matriculation syllabus and they had loads to study. They never had FAs as how our children have now, which brought them easy marks. But students like her are radicals. She definitely brought a transformation in my attitude as a teacher. The day she came back, she instantly proved me wrong because all her notebooks were submitted for corrections and she was fully prepared to take up her term end examination. That day I understood that she was no ordinary talent. She continued to impress everyone around her through her talent and most importantly, her simplicity. I am definite that every teacher who taught Niveda here at Montfort will vouch for this. And I remember when she was in Standard 12 in the year 2013, she was unanimously selected as the SPL by the principal and the staff with no elections, no nominations. I think she requires a big round of applause for that. Niveda has been part of every occasion, either doing a prayer dance or an oration, or she was the MC, or she was singing in the choir. She has always been an all-rounder with a perfect balance in her academics. That is why today she has proved not just as an actor, but has also successfully completed her bachelor's in architecture from SRM College of Engineering. That again requires a big round of applause. Her filmography is on an forward integration, and she has already won several accolades and awards, such as the Saima Award for the Best Debutante in Telugu, and several Filmfare nominations. She also won the Best Child Artist. The Kerala State Award was given to her then. Niveda stepped into Montfort as a child and parted as a beautiful young girl. Today, she has come back as a gorgeous young lady, back to her alma mater, and I'm sure she's definitely proud of herself and of her school, which has been part of her childhood and her teen age. Dearest Niveda, we are so happy to have you back. You are definitely an icon of Montfort School, St. Thomas Mount. We know you are a very busy person, but however, we thank you for taking time and consenting to come without any fuss. I tell this very clearly, fuss, because just a phone call from me and she immediately said, Miss, I'm there. We pray that the Almighty bless you with more and more success in the days to come. As a gesture of our appreciation and love, we wish to honor you today on this happy occasion. I request Mrs. Christina, Niveda's chemistry teacher, to adorn her with her shawl. And I personally wish to present her the memento to make this day a more memorable one. Thank you, one and all.
We request our Reverend Brother Principal to address the gathering.
Professor Dr. J. Kumar, the Registrar of the Anna University, our chief guest of this annual day. Ms. Niveda Thomas, the guest of honor, our alumni. Brother V.U. Thomas, the superior of the community. Brother Paul Raj, the other brothers of the community and the neighboring schools of the Montfort brothers, the sisters from different institutions in and around St. Thomas Mount, dear parents and all my beloved children. It's the 17th annual day of Montfort Matriculation High Secondary School. And the annual day of every year is the most important and most coveted cultural extravaganza of the year. All the students of 6th upward, mainly 6, 7, 8, 9, and a few from 10, 11, and 12, have spent almost 2 weeks for rigorous practice with the help of all the teachers. And they are going to present a wonderful cultural items here on the stage for you, dear parents. I have a request to all you parents. I see the auditorium already full. I kindly request all those who are coming hereafter to find some accommodation without making any fuss about it. I also request all you parents to stay on till the last. It's not a very lengthy program. We have made it within 3 hours. Definitely, it's going to entertain you, keep you interested, and your presence till the end is the direct support and encouragement that you are giving to the staff and the students. So kindly enjoy your program and stay on till the end. God bless you all and have a nice day.
Success is the result of hard work, determination, and persistent learning. Our friends at Montfort have earned for success and have attained it. Today is the day to acknowledge and appreciate their hard work.
We now have the prize distribution for the school toppers of the last scholastic year 2017-2018, Standard 10, 11 and 12 board examinations, the current scholastic year, general proficiency awardees and the honorary awardees.
I request our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar,
along with our guest of honor, Ms. Niveda Thomas, and our principal to give away the prizes.
We are proud to say that Priyadarshana N was a school topper in the Standard 12 board examination in the scholastic year 2017 to 2019, securing 1,153 out of 1,200 marks. I call upon Priyadarshana to come on and receive her prize. We are also happy to acknowledge 4 of our students who have secured centum in accountancy: Mary Anushya, Blessy Irene J, and Mokita S. Jay Seelan J secured centum in computer science. In the Standard 11 board examinations, Adeline Florence N was the school topper. Adeline Florence N was a school topper, securing 564 out of 600. Jay Shrava R secured centum in accountancy. Catherine Lisa P secured centum in commerce. In the Standard 10 board examinations, Aksha Rachel A was a school topper, securing 486 out of 500. Every year, our school gives the Best Outgoing Student Award to one student of 12th standard who has been an all-rounder and consistently proved in academics, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. This year, the award goes to Jay Shrav of 12C Business Mathematics for his consistent hard work, enthusiasm and determination in every aspect, and also being an active participant in the MUN Association programs. We are also glad to acknowledge the students who have excelled themselves in the academics and extracurricular activities and proved themselves to be the best in their class under the category of General Proficiency. We shall now call the General Proficiency awardees of this academic year, 2018-2019. Joel Franklin J of 6A. Bharat R of 6B. Maria Prisha A of 6C. Shushma Shiny A of 6D. Mahadev R of 7A. Twincy Callis T of 7B. Jofred Smile of 7C. Anastasia D of 7D. Disha Anand Y of 8A. Vishalini V of 8B. Shannon Catherine A of 8C. Jeffrey Navin J of 8D. Niveda S. of 9A. Kirtana R. of 9B. Serena J. of 9C. Lydia Mary Sebastian of 9D. Aida Fadila Ahmed of 10A. Jocelyn Linita E. of 10B. Meena R. of 10D. Regis R. of 11A. Akila V. of 11B. Shaheen I. 11C. Computer Science. Yuvantiga Sri IN of 11C Business Mathematics. Angel Victor of 11D. Satish Kumar R of 12A. Akhil Venkat V of 12B. Pratiksha K of 12C Computer Science. Helen Flora V of 12C Business Mathematics. And Vibinaya A of 12D. Our school students have also exhibited their skills in extracurricular activities and emerged as winners in the competitions held outside our school. The very famous Spell Bee International conducts competitions every year to test the efficiency of spelling the English words correctly. Our school students have been consistently participating in these competitions every year and have got laurels for themselves and the school. We are proud to say that our student Joel Franklin J of 6A was the winner in the 2018-2019 International Level Group in Group 5. Under the category of inter-school competitions of the year 2018-2019, the following are the names of the winners in the current academic year. Tapita Anna Anand of 6A, Maria Prisha A of 6C, Mahadev R of 7A, Melvin Moses B of 8D, and Niveda S of 9A. International has acknowledged the support, the encouragement that our school has been giving, and also for consistent participation. In appreciation, they awarded our school with a Global Center Award. We are also proud to say that Prague Robotics conducted the District Robotics Champions in October 2018. Our school received an appreciation award for the enthusiastic participation, enrolling more number of students in it. We request our chief guest and our guest of honor to present both the awards to our principal. We request our dear parents to give a big round of applause. Satish Dhawan Space Center, SHAR, Sriharikota, conducted a drawing competition on celebration of the World Space Week 2018 in Hosur, in which 2 of our students emerged as winners. Vijay V of 7A received the first prize, and Sayali Ashley Queen R of 6B is also the winner. We are happy to say that in yet another competition conducted by the Abacus, our students bagged the first prizes under different levels. Pubesh S of 6D under the small friend level, Ravichandran S of 8C in level 2, and Monish R of 8D in level 1. This year, in order to encourage the reading habits among our students, we are introducing a new category of an award called the Consistent Reader of the Year. These awards go to the students who have been consistently using our school library all throughout the year. The award winners are Nirmal Raj of D of 6D.
I request the parents to give a round of applause. Continuously keep applauding the children. They deserve this. They have worked all through this year for this. So please appreciate them with your clapping of hands and applause. Thank you.
David Kelvin I of 7A, Yashwant N V of 8D, Kirtika L of 9C, and Samantha Mary Jose of 9A. This academic year, we also had an association called the MUN, which is Model United Nations. This association was an eye-opener for our students to rediscover themselves and to improve their talents and communication skills. The following are the names of the students who have excelled themselves in various designations assigned to them. We would like to honor the following students. Under the category of Best Delegate and Honorary Mentions, Jayesh Rao R. of Russia UNEP and Abhishek T.U. of US DISEC. Under the category of Best Foreign Policy Statement, Jayesh Rao R. of Russia UNEP, Moti YG of UK UNEP, Yamini Priya MR of Australia DISEC. Under Best Debutant, Yashwant of Canada DISEC, Melvin of UAE UNEP. Under Researchers, Blossom Concealia William of Canada UNEP and Abdul Rahim GA of Russia DISEC. Under the category of Verbal Mentions, Johannan Anton Pranesh of Germany DISEC and Moti YG of UK UNEP. We are indeed happy to acknowledge our students who have qualified themselves to the state level in the respective sport. Hari Prasad of 10A in under 17 high jump. Ben Johnson of 10B in table tennis. Boris Brown of 12D in lawn tennis. S. Kaushik of 12A under the super senior division level of swimming has won gold in 400-meter Indian medley and 100-meter freestyle. He's also been qualified for the state level. Last but not the least, the much awaited award of the day, the overall championship trophy for the team. Our school activities are child-centered and bringing out their talents. And for every activity, points awarded team-wise. Points are also allotted for discipline and regularity in our work. At the end of the year, the winning team is awarded the overall winner's trophy. And the winning runner-up team of this academic year 2018-2019 is the Blessed Trisha House, the red team. We call upon the house captain and assistant captain of the red team to come up on stage and receive the trophy. And the winning team of the academic year is the St. Gabriel House, the blue team. We call upon the house captain of the blue team to come up on stage and receive the trophy. A group of Montfort students of the higher secondary classes have joined together, have been involving in many social service activities. They call the association as SAIL, their motto being for the people, of the people and by the students. They contribute to the needy in order to abolish all barriers which stand against human dignity. They have actively contributed to the flood relief for Kerala, Children's Orphanage Home on the hilltop of St. Thomas Mount, Children's Orphanage Home, Anaikum Karangal, public cleaning in front of hospitals and many more. On 22nd January 2019, the Organic Farmers Society of the Delta region, Black Sheep Team and Eco Farm NGO jointly presented them the Youngsters of the Year 2018 award at Kamarajur Arangam, Chennai. We at Montfort proudly acknowledge their efforts and we wish them the very best in all their future endeavors. I request our dear parents to give all our prize winners a big round of applause. Thank you, dear guests. We request our guests to take their places in front of the stage as we continue with our cultural programs.
To dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. Every day brings a chance for you to draw in a breath.
Our friends at Montfort are always ready to get geared up and to make use of the opportunities provided to them. So here we go with a sizzling Western dance performance.
Laser bass.
But I know they'll never own me.
What you gonna do with that dessert? Do what, do what, dee da, dee da, dee da. Do what, do da, dee da, dee da, dee da. Do what, do da, dee da, dee da, da. Я ребенок уже взрослый, читаю и пишу, сама могу садить за хлебом, тузика гулять вожу. Но везде, где не бываю, отовсюду слышу я, как кабина называют все малявкой меня. Эй, малявка, раздается дом в школе во дворе. Эй, малявка, надоело слушать вид. Эй, малявка, раздается дом в школе во дворе. Эй, малявка, надоело слышать вид. Старший брат недолго будет меня мелкой называть. Стану взрослой, очень скоро будем вместе зажигать. Кашу кушаю с добавкой и с коктейлями с утра. Вырасту большой и сильный, что вы скажете тогда? Эй, малявка, раздается дом в школе во дворе. Эй, малявка, надоело слушать вид. Эй, малявка, раздается дом в школе во дворе. Эй, малявка, надоело слышать вид. Я буду сильной, я буду рослой, я буду очень-очень-очень взрослой. Ем витамины и приседаю, на физкультуру налегаю. И через год вам справка, я уже больше не малявка. Она уже больше не малявка. Я уже больше не малявка. Эй, малявка! Эй, малявка! Эй, малявка! Эй, малявка! Надоело слушать меня. Эй, малявка, раздается дом в школе во дворе. Эй, малявка, надоело слушать вид. Эй, малявка, раздается дом в школе во дворе. Эй, малявка, надоело слышать вид.
Yes, it was indeed a sizzling performance. For some, reaching the top is the end of a beautiful journey.
For others, it's a beginning.
Every year, we achieve great heights facing new challenges.
For we think that reaching the top is the beginning of our journey.
We implement new ventures, facilitating our students to explore the hidden talents in them.
Respecting their values and traveling with them.
We are indeed very humble to share the joy of this journey filled with achievements and laurels through the much awaited annual report of this academic year 2018-2019.
A
A very good evening to honored guests, our dear parents and well-wishers. A warm welcome from the Montfortin family. We are indeed excited to present the enjoyable happenings during the year 2018 to 2019 through our annual report. So, sit back and feel proud as we present our joyous activities to you.
You will never win if you never begin. The year began with a refreshing orientation program for the teachers by Father K.T. Jose, SDB, founder of Birdie from Hyderabad. It was an interesting and fun-packed day, helping the teachers to recognize some important personality traits for self-evaluation.
Our Superior General, Reverend Brother John Kalarakal, along with our Provincial Superior, Reverend Brother P.J. George, officially visited our school on 30th July 2018. At the special assembly, Reverend Brother Kalarakal greatly appreciated the vast growth and motivated the students and the staff to be proactive.
The first solemn occasion of the year 2018 to 2019, the investiture ceremony was held on 22nd June 2018 and presided by a personality apt for the occasion, Mr. A. Krishnaswamy, retired colonel, a highly decorated military officer, a Veer Chakra awardee with a rich 32-year experience in the Indian Army. He proudly presented the grandeur and glory of our land through his thought-provoking and value-centered speech. The theme of the year, respect, R for respect, E for empathy, S for spiritual growth, P for positive attitude, E for empowerment, C for compassion, and T for teamwork was introduced.
The 17th Annual Sports Day was held on 11th August 2018 with vigor and enthusiasm. The chief guest, Mr. P.J. Phillips, an international hockey player, Olympian, and Arjuna awardee, encouraged and boosted our young athletes through his words. Ambition is the key to be successful. Our athletes exhibited a dynamic display of march past, yoga, Zumba, and team games. Our guest of honor, Mr. Jayashankar Menon, motivated and greatly appreciated our efforts. The overall championship was backed by the red team. Blessed to see us.
The 9th Unified Sports Meet was hosted by our school on 1st December 2018. The chief guest, actor Krishna Kulasekaran, was happy to be a part of the occasion for the differently able students and appreciated the efforts of our school in supporting these children. In the evening, a grand inclusive fest with a vibrant cultural extravaganza was presented by our differently able friends and their teachers. The chief guest of the evening was Mrs. Lakshmi Ramakrishnan, a film actress and activist.
Celebrations and festivity is always a part of our curriculum. Children's Day program was a colorful and informative one, followed by an eco-friendly Diwali celebrations. Christmas this year was celebrated by a gala event called the Christmas Alumni Musical Reunion, where our past pupils kept the festive season joyous and happy by their melodious music. Pongal, the harvest festival, was celebrated with singing, dancing, a bullock cart ride, and in a colorful way as students were dressed up in their traditional attire.
The Catholic students attend Mass on the first Friday of every month to imbibe moral values and to encourage devotion. As an innovative measure, the school has a tie-up with TIKE. technology, internet, and equity in K-12 education. The TIDE program conducts effective value education classes for students of standard 11 and 12.
The secret of a rich life is to have more beginnings than endings is a famous quote. Here at Montfort, life is full of new beginnings. The school has collaborated with Image Minds to provide an opportunity to light up the spark of creativity, powerful learning experiences, global preparedness, and nurturing self-learners, self-oriented learners, and inquiry-based learners. A green and plush playground with scenic beauty was provided to create a healthy environment during physical education periods.
A group of young and energetic physical education trainers from Right Stride are a great support to the physical education department. A solar panel of 62 kilowatt has been installed to make the best possible use of solar energy available to enable students to show all-round development. This year, ASA after-school activities was introduced wherein badminton, football, basketball, chess, music, table tennis, silambam, karate and Vayu Shastra is included.
With the vision of making our school a green school, a recycle plant has been installed to recycle wastewater and utilize it for gardening. As our school is a disabled-friendly school, we cater to the needs of physically challenged children. Considering the difficulties in movement, a ramp has been constructed to facilitate easy movement.
Sports do not build character, they reveal it. True to this, our sports department has always been the development of sports among the students. Our infrastructure, with its fresh green turf for the benefit of the football players, speaks for itself. Our students are also ready to add laurels for their records and better them too. In the field of athletics, Hari Prasad of Standard 10 is qualified for the state level in high jump. Ben Johnson of Standard 10 is a state qualified player in table tennis. In lawn tennis, Boris Brown of Standard 12 is qualified for the state level. S. Kaushik of 12A under Super Senior Boys has bagged the goal in 400 meters medley and 100 meters freestyle and is qualified for the state level.
In football, for the first time, the girls' football team was formed and were successful in winning a few inter-school matches. In basketball, the Super Senior and Junior Boys team were the runners-up and the girls' junior team emerged as winners at the zonal level. On 13th October, INAC conducted an inter-school badminton tournament involving various schools under various categories. In NCC, this year we have 34 cadets being trained in parades, drill, air force and flight modeling. They also participated in a 10-day combined annual training camp, CATC, which was held at Satyabama University in July. Genius Corner of Turtle Book Publishers is conducting online remedial classes in Maths, Science, Social and English in a well-equipped classroom for standard 10 and 12 students.
In robotics, our students participated in Technocian Championships 18 held at Crescent Engineering College and received the Best School Performance Award. In addition, a robotics teacher was awarded the Best Mentor. At the Montec Fest conducted at our school, various exhibits were displayed on all subjects from LKG to Standard 9. The students showed great team spirit and innovation in achieving success for their team. A book fair was held on 4th and 5th July in collaboration with great book publishers to encourage habitual reading among children. In order to enhance effective English writing and vocabulary skills, students are encouraged to take part in spell bee competitions. Every year, more than 150 students
take part in school level, state level, national and international level. Evangeline Prishaw of 5A and Joel Franklin of 6A have reached the international level.
In order to make learning maths sensible and enjoyable, abacus classes are conducted on a weekly basis. Students are trained to take part in inter-school competitions and have emerged successfully. The counseling department created by Eros Psychon Services has successfully helped over 300 students in various issues like academics, emotional imbalance, and behavioral issues. To develop leadership, speaking, debating, and interrogation skills, students of Standard 8 to 12 took active part in MON-MUN, Model United Nations Conference, and TED-Ed in association with the TED Chennai community. Last year, the NIOS Board of Education helped a batch of our students to appear for Class 10 and 12 board exams with ease. We are proud to announce that they successfully produced 100% results.
Periodical PTA meetings, life skills seminars on career guidance, first aid workshop for medical emergencies, different learning styles, adolescent problems, behavioral disorders were conducted to help students balance their day-to-day activities effectively. The All India Association of Montfort School, AIAMS, conference was conducted at our school from 9th to 11th November, wherein more than 100 principals and heads of Montfort institutions in India participated. Our school was portrayed and praised for being a model for imparting inclusive education.
The students of Standard 5 to 8 were taken on an educational come entertaining picnic to MGM. An exciting and learning tour was organized for the students of Standard 9 to 12 to the city of Hyderabad. In order to take a break from their routine work, teachers were taken for a one-day picnic to Hudson Resort at Sri Perambuttur.
With a motivating and hard-working principal, enthusiastic teaching and non-teaching staff, and a guide and patron, St. Montfort, we move forward with empowerment and teamwork to reach greater heights. Long live Montfort!
We carry the pride of being a Montfortian forever. Thank you, friends, for your amazing annual report. We request our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar, to address the gathering.
I request the students in the first floor to maintain silence while our chief guest speaks. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. That's good. Respected Brother Thomas, the Vice Principal, and the great management of this great institution. It's a real great pride to be amongst you all. I have hardly few words to appreciate Ms. Niveta for having been a prodigy and having raised the glory of this great institution. It's a great pleasure to be with you all, dear parents and dear students. There are a lot of wonderful things around in this world, I had the fortune of going around this world. I got educated in a similar school in Trichy, St. Joseph's. I am a proud alumni of one of these Jesuit schools. The hard life one leads in a Jesuit school has to be really realized in that place. There are a lot of motivating issues one goes through at every stage of life. The best part of one's education comes from the school level. For whatever good reasons, in the present day school has a different curricula. You have immense possibilities of learning by yourself. We had a methodology of what is known as a pedagogical teaching, which means a teacher teaches what she learned and then what she understood. Now, we have a freedom of learning by ourselves. We have very many possibilities apart from the library and apart from our own teachers. We have the immense freedom of learning by ourselves. We have a lot of media, we have a lot of gadgets in our hands to learn. But there are always motivating issues which are to be inculcated by a good teacher. The school has a wonderful motivation that wisdom has the real say. Wisdom comes through knowledge, and knowledge comes through deep learning, and deep learning comes through hard work and a passion to learn. The passion to learn is something within which has to be energized by individuals. The hard work can be motivated by the teachers. The knowledge can also come from teachers, but with present day's technology, we can get a lot of information, lot of ideas from various methodologies. We have a methodology now in place in a higher education system which is known as outcome-based learning. As I said, the school education is a pedagogical way of learning, but as you grow up and as technology comes in, we are looking at the possibilities of outcome-based learning. I see the school as a very complete school in all aspects. I had been in US and in several other countries. One of the goodness in such schools is to make the kids learn by themselves. For example, in Japan, they allow the kindergarten child to go and pluck or harvest various food products, including potatoes, for example. When you dig a plant of a potato, your hands are all muddy, but the child is made to learn how to handle those things at a very young age. This is a practical way of learning. In Italy, the child is made to take care of itself as they go up into the elementary school itself. The child cannot be accompanied by the parent as the school starts or as the school ends. Here, we are always have these methodologies of taking care of the children. But there, the first elementary way of learning comes from home. As you know, in European countries, the food is almost taken only by a fork and not even by a spoon. And as many of you would have seen, eating a noodle even by hand is very difficult to us. But eating by this fork is much more complicated. At least in the initial stages, you will realize that. But a child at the age of 5 or 6, when they enter into the school, they are fed this so-called spaghetti, which is nothing but the noodles, with a simple table and a fork. And the child is never helped by anybody. And the other important lesson I learned, because I stayed in Italy for long years, if a child is told, stop, they will stop. The second time, if they are playful, because there are guests at home or there is a function like this, the child is told for the second time, stop. And then the third time, the child is called by their given name. Here we don't understand what is a given name and what is a surname. It is more or less like I calling myself as Kumar, and then I have a surname in the name of my father or in the name of my caste. So the child is told at the third level, Kumar, will you stop? Please understand, these are very important lessons for the parents rather than for the children also. The child will never do that activity within the next second. I have never seen a child being beaten or scolded in all levels of the family in Italy. I have been very affectionately held by several Italian families. I have visited even the ministers' homes, and I have visited all levels of people, and never at any point of time the child is told, stop this, you are repeating a mistake, or I will admonish you, or I will put you into task. Nothing of that sort. Whereas in the US, they will say, go and stand. That is another punishment. The child has to go and stand inside the room or in the given place at a corner. That is a simple punishment they give. Whereas in Italy, the second time the child is told to stop, they will stop. The third time the name is told, that's the end of it. The child will immediately go back to the seat, or they will go back to the place they are assigned to. This is an inculcation which has been in our society, which is perhaps missing today. This could be taken up as a serious matter of concern by the parents rather than by anybody else in the society. It is not that we don't want to give them the freedom, but they should also understand the sense of discipline. I had been in St. Joseph's Trichy. I have learned a lot of discipline there, and so I wish to share those experiences here. Then at the higher levels, as I am trying to explain the system of education, which is very important to all of us here, as they grow up, either in the university level or at the higher level, they are bound to learn themselves. One of the important things in the higher education system in the Western world is to learn by themselves, and this is what they call as outcome-based learning. In the present world, there are several institutions or universities at very top-ranking level. One of them I visited about a couple of months ago is University of Edinburgh. It is called University of Edinburgh. And University of Edinburgh had given birth to several wonderful creative people, including Higgs, who was considered to have created or identified what is known as God's particle. And there were several others who had done wonderful work in Edinburgh. Edinburgh was the birthplace of Bell. It was the birthplace of several inventors. And in Edinburgh, they have this system of learning very precisely in place. The students are given a kind of umbrella to which undergo their education. They are not taught at the class levels. If they require, they can come and say in a group as 2 or 5 people and say, Professor, I would like to clarify from you with a lecture on this topic. Otherwise, they are given a topic, they are given enough reading materials, they can dig for themselves, they can mine from various resources on various topics relevant to that area of suggestive ideas, and then they can submit a note as to what they think of this area. And that would be promptly corrected or given more additive information by the faculty members. This is what is known as outcome-based learning. Since there are many kids here at various levels, I would like to also share an important experience when I read a book which is an astronaut's guide to life, an astronaut's guide to life on Earth. This was written by Chris Hadfield about 4 or 5 years ago. It's one of the very popular books. It's relatively easily available in Amazon, and you can download it in Kindle also. It's a wonderful book. It talks about an astronaut who was born in Canada, and when he was a farmer's son, and he didn't have a television in his home. He went to his neighbors, and then he saw man landing on moon, the Apollo mission, and then he was very enthused, he was very motivated, and he said to himself, I will become an astronaut. He was at the age of 10 or so, and then he said to himself, I will become an astronaut. And then later on, when he grew up, he realized that Canada did not have a space program. So he went to the US, he went to a rigorous training. I do not want to go through the book itself, but what he says in the book is a term which he calls as preparedness. We all know what is to be prepared, to be prepared for this program, to be prepared for going away, all kind of things. But he explains what is preparedness. He was assigned the task of going to the space, and he was very happy about it. He made his first mission, and then he was very, very enthusiastic about it. And then he was supposed to go for the next mission, and this space shuttle program collapsed. There was a failure, and so the US decided to withhold the space mission for some time. But please believe it, this withholding happened to him for about 13 years, 1-3. But he never gave up. Every day he was preparing himself as if he will leave the next day for a space mission. And to add to this, in between these 13 years, one particular year, rather he was sent to Russia for 3 years, and then when he came back, he was told to go in hiding, which means nobody knew where he will go, and his people, in the sense his family members, his wife, his children, his relatives, none of them were informed as to where he is or where he is going. He was suddenly told that from tomorrow morning you will go missing. You understand what it is? He was sent to a place where he will have all the rigorous training. He will be provided with the latest information on technology, and if in case he has to leave that place tomorrow morning, he had to be trained for physical fitness, he had to be trained for his psychological efforts, he has to be trained with the technological developments, he has to be prepared in his mind to take up that mission. But he was asked to go in hiding, and he was never told how long he has to go for hiding or go as missing. For 1 full year, his family was not informed, he was not informed where he was, but he has to take the training. And he was every day believing that he will go for the space mission the next day. And he calls this as preparedness. So, the young minds, please believe, it is not always about charming things and wonderful happenings around. You have to be prepared in your mind as to what you want to do for your future. The future you build, the future you shape. Perhaps in us, we have been inculcated, we had been motivated by several factors, but now the world around you is full of opportunities, full of pleasantries, full of happy things. At the same time, you have a lot of challenges around. The challenges are from within you, the challenges that you raise yourself. It is not to be inculcated by somebody, it is not to be told by somebody, because you have a world of opportunities and you have challenges to create for yourself. And for that, you have to be prepared. So with this, inputs to you as parents, you as children, I still thank the wonderful management for having given me this greatest opportunity to share some of my thoughts. And I sincerely thank all those who had made this possible. I am really overwhelmed. I have no words to speak, seeing at the great potentials, the excellent talent we have in this school, which has a promising future not only for the school, but for the country as a whole. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your thank you, sir, for your words of appreciation.
Our chief guest has a few other commitments today, so he will be leaving now. I request all of you to please stand while he takes leave. Thank you so much, sir. We are indeed honored, and it was a blessing to have you today with us.
We request our guest of honor, Ms. Niveda Thomas, to address the gathering.
Good evening. Thank you. Respected Brother Principal, all the other brothers of the community, parents, my lovely teachers, and dear students, I can't put it in a sentence as to what I'm feeling right now. It's a combination of feeling overwhelmed, nostalgic, and nervous too. This place has been incredibly special. This is, it's not a welcome, but a welcome back, because this has been home since 2004. I was thinking about, let me start first by saying thank you to all the students who participated in every act today and the ones that we're going to see, to all the parents who supported them. They would have missed a lot of classes. All the teachers who spent hours and hours to perfect it, and brother for guiding them all. Can you please join me in giving all your sons and daughters the biggest round of applause, please? Because they absolutely deserve it. I just feel so honored to come back to school and see the immense growth that it's had over the years. It's my first time in this auditorium, and how much I wish, I was in school at least for a year, to take part in all the labs, the amazing things, the opportunities that the kids now have to utilize from school. When I was thinking about what I can address everybody, there are just two things that came to my mind for the students. It was the importance of education and the power of optimism. Education has been something that's, I can talk from my life's experience, so it's been something that has never taken a back seat, no matter what I've done, where I've been. I've always made sure that I come back to school or I go back to college to study, not because of any kind of pressure, but only because I was happy doing it. So that's the only thing that I want to request all the students to understand and to realize, that after you pass out from school, there will be a point in your life, 12th standard, when you have to start making decisions about what you want to study, what you want to specialize in, and so many things will come. and your parents will be there to support you. But what you need to realize, most importantly, is you need to choose something that makes you happy. Because if you're not happy about what you're studying, what you're going to study, you can never sustain or be happy about it. What's the point in learning something and doing something else, right? So if you want to, like, the possibilities are endless. Like how Professor Kumar sir was saying, there are just so many things, and educate yourself in whatever you want to do and what you want to become. Be it an artist, an actor, a cinematographer, a painter, a doctor, a nurse, an engineer, you want to become an athlete, whatever it is, make sure that you educate yourself, because there are courses for everything, right? So make sure that if you are passionate towards it, make sure you spend your heart and soul, you channelize all your energy towards that, and learn. Learn as much as you can. Remain a student all the time. When I see all the students today performing and everything, I remember the times when I hardly used to sit in class. I used to come to, as Monica was saying, I used to come to college, to school, maybe 2-3 days a month, because I started acting when I was 8 years old. And it is only just and right if I thank one person who's been the most supportive of them all, Brother George. He was and is such an inspiration, and I remember Brother George telling me, every time I come to school, so I would come 2-3 days. I started with the serial called My Dear Bodham, and I used to go for shoot, and when I come back, unfortunately I used to have max exams and all that, so I'll be like, okay, what do I do? How do I, get past this stage? So Brother George was always so encouraging when it came to me going for work. He taught me from that age that what you're doing when you're acting, it's a profession. It's a very professional field. So you behave, you learn, and you grow. And the most important thing that now that I realize what I learned from him is he encouraged me so much more to learn and to educate myself once I came back to school. So there was no part of being partial, there was no being lenient, there was nothing like that. So you come, you study, you score, good for you. It was like that. So Montfort is more like home, and I think if there was one student in school who followed the line that Brother George used to say, kids run to school and walk back home, that would be me, because I absolutely enjoyed coming to school. There was no pressure from my teachers or from my principal on, like, do this, do that, don't go, don't do this, nothing. So that sort of freedom and encouragement in the right areas made me realize that, yes, this is extremely important. So many situations and so many decisions in life that I made after, especially when I was in 12th, and situations in life never fall as per plan, right? So I wanted to become an astronaut. I wanted to do aerospace engineering. Right from grade 7, I remember, I had all my universities, everything planned and all that. But when the time came for me to make the difficult decision to actually choose what I want to study, I was counseled by a very, very dear brother of mine, Brother Patrick. He told me something very important. He told me it's okay to have passion. It's okay to be passionate towards multiple things. You love to act, go ahead, learn. You love to do other things. You like to study, go ahead, do that too. Your life is short. You only have one life. So make sure that everything you like is combined into this one short life, and then you have fun doing everything. It's extremely important to be happy doing everything in life, because every second is extremely important. So he told me about, how difficult it was going to be for me to do aerospace engineering, heavy subjects, physics, chemistry, math. I can't miss out on classes. Then I realized that I'm absolutely passionate about acting, and I can't let go of that. Because every time I was acting, I would think about coming back to school and studying. Every time I was in school, I would dream about when I go back to work. So missing out on one was like I was losing one part of my life. So I was blessed. I was really blessed to be in this school, to call this my school, to have the most amazing teachers teach me, because I can't tell you the importance of having a good teacher and a good principal guide you. And to parents, the only thing that I want to say is, please talk to your kids. At this point in time, the world is moving so fast because we have everything around us, and the world is becoming very, very small. You can access anybody so quickly. You can go anywhere so quickly. So time is really flying, and you won't know how quickly kids grow up. Because my dad, every time he comes back from work, he always tells me, I still remember you as that 9-year-old kid. How did you grow up so soon? So spend time talking to your kids, because once they finish with school and they go to college, they need you the most, because that's one time where I faced extreme difficulty in making a decision to let go of something that I really liked, to do architecture. And if my mom, my dad, my friends who I found in college, and so many other people, even people from the industry, even Kamal Hassan sir or Nani from the Telugu industry, all these people, if they hadn't helped me, motivated me to do what I was interested in and to do what I was happy about, I don't think I would have been able to graduate the way I did. 5 years of architecture was extremely difficult because I was trying to, like scrape as much as time I got during semester leave. I would go and sign a movie, act, come back and study, go back. But there was never a moment in my life where I thought, why take so much trouble? Why not just do one and then let go of the other? I wanted to enjoy all of this, coming to school, going to college. I wanted to be a day scholar, drive to college, face it all. So life has taught me a lot to multitask, and most importantly, just to be happy, because there's no point in stressing about anything, and students just have fun, yeah? Especially the most important thing, the last thing that I want to tell you all is, especially once you come to the 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th, it starts getting extremely difficult, right? A lot of heavy subjects and all. But there's one thing that you will also be thinking, when will I pass out of school? I so badly want to go to college, have fun, I can drive, I can ride bikes, and it'll be all cool. But this time in school, where you're asked to oil your hair, plait your hair, comb your hair properly, polish your shoes, wash your clothes properly, press your uniform, tuck in your shirt, come on time to school, never be late, do your homework, and all this. These are things that may annoy you right now, but please, please hug them as tight as you can and enjoy it, because you have no idea how much my alumni friends and I are missing on school, especially a school like Montfort. So I just request you all to be happy and enjoy your time in school, because this time is never going to come back, and especially from a school like Montfort, when you're passing out, you're going to feel really, really, really sad, yeah? So please have fun, and thank you so much for having me here. This is just nostalgic because I've been on the same position, calling chief guests on stage, but never did I think I would be standing here and addressing you all like this. It feels like life has come around full circle. Thank you so much. Thank you all. It's a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspirational words. The tiny seed knew in order to grow, it needs to be dropped in dirt, covered in darkness, and struggle to reach the light. The same concept is with life. Life without struggle may not bear a good fruit.
And this path of life is not a bed of roses to walk by. These struggles make us patient, sensitive, and godlike. With this theme, our girls are showcasing a dance drama.
A whole garden isn't created overnight, and neither is a dream life of a man. A seed can't stay as a seed forever. With time, a transformative change, and by focusing on the positives, the little seed starts to peek out from the earth in the form of something new. Like that, we can see progress in our journey and start living the life we've always wanted. Let's see the struggle and the confidence of a seed to transform itself into a better form.
The seed, so small, lifted in the hand of the sower, into the earth it fearfully falls. Darkness covers the seed. Silence surrounds it.
No, no. Please don't isolate me. Please let me not die.
The terror of the heart huddles together, trying desperately not to surrender.
Oh, sir, why was I planted? Why am I here? Take me out to the light. What glorious days I had, so goldish in color and shining on top of the plant. Yes, really on top of the world I was. Take me out from this dirty, dark mud.
Days passed. The long days became longer. The seed, it weakens. It can no longer fight. Quietly, a sense of penetrating warmth surrounds the seed and blesses its pain.
Let go, 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 let go.
Is the seed forgetting its fear and pain?
Let go, 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 let go.
What's that? The husk that was holding the seed is broken? Oh, what an agony for the seed. Is that the end?
Help me! I am dying!
It is losing itself. But deep inside the seed, it senses a soothing power. Yes, an inner joy. Ah, behold color, a tiny glimpse of green. How could that be? The seed marvels at it.
Was there such deep green inside me?
Yes, the seed is becoming less of a seed, becomes one with the small stem of life. The pain is lost in surprise. Something wonderful is growing and growing day by day. From this tender shoot comes a soft song of thanks to the sower.
O sower of seeds, did you always see this gift of green that was hiding in me? The husk has been broken. All praise to you for helping me open. Accept now my praise, my thankfulness too, for the seed you have sown and the gift that you grew. May you lead me to others who await your good word, so the seeds within them can awake and be heard.
With a little time, patience and hard work, what now seems like an empty dirt plot will be filled with the beauty of the garden, a life worth living. To really experience positive change,
You too must let go of your past and embrace the transformation that's about to take place. Have confidence, knowing you will take on a better form, even if it takes time.
Thank you, friends, for that wonderful performance and for showing us how to overcome difficulties in our lives. The quality of mercy is strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven. Upon the place beneath, it is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest.
The man who inked these lines with his mighty wisdom of language is none other than William Shakespeare. Today, we Montfortians are carrying his pride of language through a small display of the court scene from the all-time popular play, The Merchant of Venice.
Don't panic, child. Okay, wait. Oh my god. It's full black outside. No, the current went off. I don't know, lights are off. Oh my god. Shall I begin?
A young Venetian Bassanio needs a loan of 3,000 ducats so that he can woo Portia, a wealthy Venetian heiress. He approaches his friend Antonio, a merchant who is short of money as all his wealth is invested in his fleet of ships. He goes to a Jewish moneylender, Shylock, who hates Antonio. Shylock agrees to make a short-term loan, but makes a condition. The loan must be repaid in 3 months, or Shylock will exact a pound of flesh from Antonio. While Bassanio marries Portia, 2 of Antonio's ships have been wrecked, and his creditors are forcing him for repayment. When Bassanio learns of Antonio's situation, he hurries back to Venice. Portia and her help, Nerissa, arrive at the court disguised as male lawyers to defend Antonio. Let's see what happens next in the strict court of Venice.
All rise for the Duke of Venice.
Is Antonio here?
Yes, sir. I am here.
I feel sorry for you. You've come to face a ruthless enemy incapable of pity and mercy.
They all tell me you have done everything you can to talk him out of what he is doing. But since he remains stubborn and there's no legal way to protect me from his malice, I will just have to take what he will give me.
One of you go call Shylock into court.
Shylock, Shylock, Shylock.
Shylock, everyone thinks, and I agree, that you're just pretending to be cruel. And even though you're here to collect the penalty, a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, they'll think you'll not only let it go, but forgive some portion of the amount he owes you. What do you say, Shylock?
You're going to ask me, why would I rather have a pound of decaying flesh than 3,000 ducats? Let's just say, because I feel like it. Is that enough of an answer? I can't and won't give you reason other than the simple hate and loathing I feel for Antonio. Does that answer your question?
That's no answer, you heartless man. It doesn't excuse your cruel behavior.
I don't have to give you answers that you like.
Does everyone kill what they don't love?
Does anyone hate something and not want to kill it?
Disliking something isn't the same thing as hating it.
So, would you let a snake bite you twice?
Please, don't bother arguing with Shylock. You might as well go stand on the beach and ask the ocean to get smaller, rather than soften his heart. Just let me receive my punishment and let him take his penalty. Instead of your 3,000 ducats, here are 6,000.
If you offered me 6 times of that, I still would choose to take my penalty.
How can you ever hope for mercy for yourself when you don't give any now?
Why should I be afraid of your judgment when I haven't done anything wrong? The pound of flesh I won from him was very expensive. It's mine and I'm going to get it. If you refuse me, the laws of Venice will have no validity. So, I await justice. Answer me, will I get it?
I have the authority to dismiss this court unless Bellario, the legal expert, comes today to help settle this matter.
My lord, a messenger is waiting outside with letters from Bellario. He has just come from Padua.
Bring us the letters. Call the messenger in.
Cheer up, Antonio. Keep up your courage, man. I'll give Shylock my flesh, blood, bones, and everything before you lose one drop of blood for me.
I am like the one sick sheep in the flock who deserves to die. So let me die. Bassanio, the best thing you can do is to keep living and write an epitaph for my gravestone.
Have you come from Bellario's office in Padua?
Yes, my lord. Bellario sends his greetings.
Why are you sharpening a knife so eagerly?
To cut my penalty from that bankrupt man over there.
No metal or axe would be half as sharp as your hatred. Can't any praise reach your heart? Killing you would be justice.
Unless your taunts can undo the signature on my contract, you are just tearing your lungs by speaking so loud. Be quiet, boy, or you lose your mind. I stand here with the law on my side.
This letter from Bellario introduces us to a young and well-educated legal expert. Where is he?
He is waiting nearby to find out if you will invite him in.
Please go welcome him. I'll read Bellario's letter out loud. I've received your letter, but I'm very sick at the moment. When your messenger came, a young lawyer from Rome called Balthazar was visiting me. I've told him about the case of Shylock and Antonio, and I'll be sending him in my place to act as a judge in this matter. Are you familiar with the case currently before the court?
Yes, thoroughly. Which one is Merchant and which one is Shylock? I am Merchant Antonio.
I am Shylock. He has a claim on you, correct?
Yes, so he says. Do you acknowledge the contract? Yes, I do. Then Shylock must show you mercy.
Why do I have to do that? Tell me.
Mercy is a double blessing. It blesses the one who gives and the one who receives it. Justice alone won't save our souls. I told you this so that you can give up on this case. If you pursue it, then the strict court of Venice will lead to carry out the sentence against the merchant.
I take all responsibility for my decisions. I want the fulfillment of my contract.
Can't he pay back the money?
Yes, I'm offering to pay it back. Right this moment, even twice the sum. I'll even pay 10 times that much. And I'll give you my head, my hands, and my heart as security. Even if that's not enough, you're just evil and malicious. I beg this court to use their authority to bend the law. Do a great right by doing a little wrong. Don't let the devil have his way.
That can't happen. There's no power in Venice that can change an established decree. Please let me review the contract.
Here it is, Judge. Here it is.
The money wasn't paid back, and so Shylock may lawfully claim a pound of flesh nearest his heart. But please have mercy. Tell me to tear up this contract.
I will tear it up when it is paid. I urge you to deliver the verdict. I swear that nothing anyone can say will change my mind. I am sticking to the contract.
I beg the court to deliver the verdict.
Well then,
Here it is. You must prepare yourself for his knife. The law fully authorizes the penalty which you have to pay according to the contract.
Very true. Oh, wise judge, you're so much older than you look.
Pay a surgeon to bind his wound, Shylock, so that he doesn't bleed to death.
Is that in the contract?
Not explicitly, but so what?
It wouldn't hurt you to be charitable. You merchant, do you have anything to say?
Not much. I'm ready and waiting. Give me your hand, Bassanio. Goodbye. Don't be sad that this happened because of you. Be sad only at the fact that you lose your friend. And I don't regret I paid your debt. And if Shylock cuts it deep enough, I'll pay it instantly with all my heart.
Antonio, life itself, my wife, and the whole world aren't more valuable to me than your life. I'd sacrifice all to this devil here to save you.
Your wife wouldn't like it if she heard that offer. We are wasting time. Please deliver the sentence. A pound of this merchant's flesh is yours. The court awards it and the law authorizes it. What a righteous judge. Come on, get ready. Wait a minute, Shylock. There's something else. This contract doesn't give you any blood at all. It only specifies a pound of flesh. So take your flesh, but if you shed one drop of blood when you cut it, the state of Venice will confiscate your land and property.
What an upright judge. Pay attention, Shylock. Oh, what a smart judge.
Is that the law? You ask for justice and you'll get more justice than you bargained for.
What a wise judge. A wise judge.
In that case, I will take the offer. Pay me 3 times the amount of the loan and let Antonio go.
Here is the money.
Wait, don't rush. He's not getting anything except the penalty. So get ready to cut off the flesh, but don't shed any blood. If you take more or less than exactly a pound, if the scale changes even by so much as a hair, you die and all your property will be confiscated. Give me my money and let me go. No, you refused it. I won't even get my 3,000 ducats back. You're not getting anything except your penalty. Well then, I hope he chokes on it. I'm not staying here to argue anymore. Wait a minute, Shylock. You have tried to take Antonio's life. So get down on your knees and beg mercy from the Duke.
Beg to be allowed to hang yourself. But if you are given all the wealth to the state, you don't even have enough money left to buy a robe.
As per the law, half of your wealth goes to Antonio and the other half goes to the state. And if you show humility, I may reduce your penalty to a fine.
Yes, the state's half can be reduced, but not Antonio's.
No, go ahead and take my life. You take my life and you take away my means of making a living.
What mercy can you show him, Antonio?
A hangman's rope, free of charge. Nothing else, for God's sake.
If the court agrees to set aside the fine for 1/2 of his property, I am happy as long as he lets me have the other half in trust.
Are you satisfied, Shylock? What do you say? Clerk, drop the documents to make his gift official.
Please let me go. I am not well. Send the deed after me. I shall sign it.
Antonio, give this gentleman a reward. You owe him a lot. The court is dismissed.
Sir, thanks to you, my friend and I have been freed from paying some awful penalties today. Instead of giving Shylock 3,000 ducats, we give it to you in gratitude.
And even then, we are still indebted to you.
Being satisfied with a job well done is payment enough. In saving you, I consider myself well paid. Now I've got to go.
Sir, we really feel the need to give you something. Take some memento from us as a token of our gratitude. Please accept it.
Since you keep insisting, I'll take this ring from you. I shall have the ring and nothing else. Goodbye.
Bassanio then sends the ring to be handed over to the lawyers. The two women return to Belmont. When Bassanio arrives the next day, his wife Portia accuses him of faithlessly giving his ring away to another woman. Before the deception goes too far, Portia herself reveals that she was in fact the law clerk, and both she and Nerissa reconcile with their husbands. The joyful news arrives that Antonio's ships have made it back safely, and the group celebrates its good fortune. That's it for the Merchant of Venice. Thank you.
Our souls do not speak human languages. They communicate through symbols, metaphors, visions, poetry, deep feelings, and everyday magic.
Music is an outburst of soul. Music touches emotionally. Where words fail, music speaks. Our Montfort melody makers are here to tell us that they keep rising till they fall.
Holding their parents and well-wishers as flashlights as they rise to the glory of themselves.
So here we go, the Montfort melody makers just for you. Dear parents, keep your flashlights on while the lights goes off.
Check.
Check.
Thank you, friends, for making us realize the importance of our parents in our lives. Men, at some time, are masters of their fate. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves. Adieu, Brutus.
These lines give an evergreen reminiscence in the history of English literature. The golden words carved by Julius Caesar at the time of his death. Let's watch the climax scene of this epic play by our friends.
Check.
Hello. Hello.
Caesar has returned in triumph from the war against Pompey, and during the celebrations, a soothsayer warned Caesar to beware the Ides of March. Cassius and Brutus discuss their fears that Caesar's ambition is to become king, despite learning from Casca that he had refused the crown thrice. Casca, Cinna, and Cassius meet during a stormy night and agree the need to win Brutus over to their cause, the elimination of Caesar. Brutus, meanwhile, has been reflecting on the dangers of having Caesar crowned. So when the conspirators arrive at his house, he agrees to the assassination plot. After ignoring the soothsayer, as well as his wife's warnings, Caesar goes to the Senate. Let's see what awaits Caesar at the Senate.
King of kings, destroyer of armies, savior of Rome, the noble Caesar is arriving. Hail Caesar!
Is there any voice worthier than mine to appeal to Caesar to grant my banished brother a pardon?
Please pardon me for what I have done.
I kiss your hand as greeting, not flattery, Caesar, and I ask you to immediately repeal Publius Simba's banishment.
What? You are pleading to Brutus?
Please pardon Caesar. Caesar pardon. I bow as low as your feet to beg for Publius Simba restoration to citizenship.
If I were like you, if I were capable of begging for favors, then your prayers might influence me. But I am as steady as the northern star, whose fixed and unmoved nature has no equal in the night sky. The sky is filled with many stars, but only one among them holds its place. The world is just like that. It's filled with men of flesh and blood, with physical and mental senses. But among them, only I know, only I am invincible and holds fast to his position, unmoved by others. Let me prove this, even in this our unwavering, that Simba brother should be banished, and I remain firm that he will be so.
Oh, Caesar.
Go away! Are you trying to lift up Mount Olympus?
Oh, great Caesar!
Why are you kneeling, Brutus?
My hands will speak for me.
And you too, Brutus!
Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run from here, announce it, yell it in the streets.
Some of you go to the public platforms and cry out, liberty, freedom, and citizenship. God, go to the world and tell them the tyrant is dead, and they could have liberty and freedom yet again.
People and senators, don't be afraid. Don't run away. Stand still. Caesar's ambition has been answered.
Go to the platform, Brutus.
I shall. And Cassius too. Where's Publius?
He's here, quite astonished by this violence.
What have you done? I didn't mean any harm to Caesar. I am here only for the mercy of Caesar.
Let's stand together in case some friend of Caesar.
Don't talk about me standing together. Publius, it's all right. We don't mean you any harm. Nor do we mean harm to any other Roman citizen. Tell them this, Publius.
I really didn't want. I never wanted any of this.
And leave us, Publius. In case of mob rushes, what will happen? They will hurt your old fragile body.
Do so, Publius. Don't let any man suffer consequences from this deed except we who did it.
Trebonius, where is Antony?
He fled to his house, astonished. Men, women, and children will stare wildly, yell, and run around as though this is the end of the world.
God, we know what fate awaits us. We're all going to die one day. But until that day, we live as kings.
Why? A man who dies early 20 years removes the many years of fearing death.
Given that death is a benefit, we are Caesar's friends that have reduced these years of fearing death. Bend down, Romans. Let us dip our hands into Caesar's blood, all the way up to our elbows, and let's smear our swords with his blood. Then let's go forth to the marketplace and cry out, peace, freedom, and liberty.
Hail Brutus!
and give me audience, friends. Cassius. Go into the other street and pass the numbers. Those that will hear me speak, let them stay here. Those that will follow Cassius, go with him, and reasons of Caesar's death shall be rendered.
I will hear Brutus speak. I will hear Cassius and compare the reason. Then hear them, render the reason.
The noble Brutus has offended. Silence!
Bring him with tramp unto his house.
Give him a statue. Let him be Caesar.
Caesar's better parts shall be crowned in Brutus. We will bring him to his house. With cheers and applause.
My countrymen!
Peace! Silence! Brutus speaks!
Peace! Ho! Let us hear him! It is not me who is going to speak. It's Mark Antony, Caesar's trustworthy friend, who shall speak.
Friends, Romans and countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is often buried with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus has told us that Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously has Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest. For Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. I have come to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. Caesar has brought many captives to Rome. Whose coffers did the ransoms fill? Yet Caesar seemed ambitious. When the poor cried, Caesar wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see on the Lupercal, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he thrice refused. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus has spoke, but here I come to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without a cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh men, now your heart flees to these Brutus beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin with Caesar, and I must pause till it comes back to me. Why, friends? Why do you do something you don't know? What does Caesar deserve? Ha! You must know. You must know the will of Caesar.
Master! The will! Let us hear the will!
Here is the will. To every Roman citizen, he gives 75 drachmas. Moreover, he has left you all his walks, his private arbors, and newly planted orchards on this side Tiber. He has left them for you and to your children forever common pleasures, to walk abroad and recreate yourself. Here was Caesar. Where can you find another one?
Never, never! Come away, away! Let us burn his body in the holy place!
And with the fire, traitors' houses, take up the body! Go fetch fire!
Left on benches! Left on forts, widows, anything! Oh, great Caesar! Catch them! Catch them! We shall never leave them! Catch them all!
Hey, Caesar! Hey, Caesar! Hey, Caesar! Hey, Caesar! Hey, Caesar!
The angry people killed Cinna the poet, mistaking him for Cinna the conspirator. Antony forms a trinity with Octavius Caesar and Lepidus. They plan the deaths of the conspirators and form an army. Brutus and Cassius join forces at Sardis, agreeing to fight together at Philippi. After a fierce personal quarrel, the two sides split and a battle begins. Thinking that they are defeated, Cassius orders his servant Pindarus to kill him. He does so, but then it is revealed that the news was misled as Brutus had gained an advantage. A further battle leads to Brutus's defeat and he too commits suicide. Antony and Octavius acknowledge Brutus's nobility and they arrange to bury him with honor. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to our students for carrying the heritage of English literature to a greater height.
Indian culture includes a treasure of variety of Indian folk dances. The diversity in culture and tradition is reflected in these Indian folk dances.
Our Montfortians are bringing all the four directions, north, south, east and west together in unison, culminating the folk dances. Bhangra, Dandiya, coastal folk dances, and finally with a sensational touch of the southern folks, Oilatam, Parayatam, Mailatam, Karagatam and so on.
So let's get ready to watch the folk dances of India.
श्रीमंत येतो तुला ग शरण दुःखी असो का संकटी सांगे तुला गारान
அசையாது பாரு எங்க தென்னாட்டு சிங்கம் வந்து முன்னேற்றி கொண்டு வந்த பொன்னான கதை உண்டு கேளு அல்ல வந்தார வாழ வச்ச ஊரு புயல் வந்தாலும் அசையாது பாரு எங்க தென்னாட்டு சிங்கம் வந்து முன்னேற்றி கொண்டு வந்த பொன்னான கதை உண்டு கேளு அண்ணே பொன்னான கதை உண்டு கேளு ஊரு மகிழ்ச்சி மகிழ்ந்திடணும் நாடு செழித்திடணும் சாமியை கும்பிட்டுக்கோ பூமி விளையும் அப்போ ஊரு மகிழ்ந்திடணும் நாடு செழித்திடணும் சாமியை கும்பிட்டுக்கோ பூமி விளையும் அப்போ கோயில் குழந்தா ஊருக்கு அழகு கோயில் இருந்தா ஊர விளக்கு கோயில் குழந்தா ஊருக்கு அழகு கோயில் இல்லா ஊர விளக்கு இந்த மண்ணு மணக்கிற மல்லியப்பூ நம்ம மனச எடுத்து சொல்லும் வந்து நின்று ரசிக்கிற ஊரு சனம் இந்த தேர இழுத்து செல்லும் இந்த மண்ணு மணக்கிற மல்லியப்பூ நம்ம மனச எடுத்து சொல்லும் வந்து நின்னு ரசிக்கிற ஊரு சனம் இந்த தேர இழுத்து செல்லும் மதுக குடுங்க குடுங்க நீ நையாண்டி பாட்டு பாடு புழுதி பறக்க பறக்க நீ போராட ஆட்டம் போடு இந்த மண்ணு மணக்கிற மல்லியப்பூ நம்ம மனச எடுத்து சொல்லும் வந்து நின்னு ரசிக்கிற ஊரு சனம் இந்த தேர இழுத்து செல்லும்
Thank you, friends, for the incredible folk dances of India. Our Montfort School has always been a second home for every student. The students of Standard 12 are here to share their memories about our school. They are here to share their mixed feelings, the friends made, the best kept and the many lost, the drama, the fun and the immaturity, everything that was and used to be.
And all this time spent waiting and preparing for this one moment. You can't help but remember it all, and with one final sweet goodbye.
parents, all these 200 plus children are going to appear for their 12th standard board examination. So I request you all to join me in prayer for a minute for all these students. O God, giver of all gifts, as we stand today entrusting our class 12 students to your care, offering their hearts and minds to help them while they do their board exams. Send upon them your Holy Spirit to help them remember all that they have learned. Keep them calm and alert so that they may be able to do their best. We pray for happiness and joy to be ahead of them, for wisdom and guidance to be beside them, and for grace and truth to be behind them, pushing them onwards into your goodness. We know that you will always love and protect them wherever they may go. Amen. So dear audience, let's give it up for our final batch of Standard 12 students as they bid farewell to their alma mater. Thank you, children.
Thank you, friends, for expressing your touching moments.
Music is life.
Music is love.
Music is joyful.
Music is a journal.
Music has feelings.
Music holds memories.
Music can teach us the right path of life.
Soothing our sorrows, encouraging us to find a new way to live.
We Montfortians believe in this theory of music.
So today, our students are here with their band, rocking crescendos to say nothing is impossible when you have self-confidence and good friends walking along with us. Then we will all be champions.
They start with We Will Rock You by Freddie Mercury to say nothing is impossible.
Then they go by with the song Ulala, highlighting the theme of self-confidence. Moving on to the tune Perfect, lyric for the best friendship. Celebrating with We Are the Champions, and they end proudly patronizing Vande Mataram.
Check.
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 பார்க்கதானே போற நம்ம மான்ஃபோர்ட்டின் ஆட்டத்தை.
time. I've done my sentence, committed no crime, and bad mistakes I've made a few. I've had my share of sad things in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions.
Montfortians wish to express our gratitude to all who have materialized to make this day happen. I call upon Master Surya, our school pupil leader, and Master Abdul, our school blue team captain, to propose the vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I thank God Almighty for having showered His bountiful blessings on our school and us. On behalf of the school management, principal, staff, and students, I would like to propose the vote of thanks to each and everyone who have contributed for the overwhelming success of today's program. I first extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Professor Dr. J. Kumar, Registrar, Anna University, Chennai, for having consented to preside over the function and for enlightening us with this message. I also thank our guest of honor, Ms. Nivetha Thomas, a proud alumni of our school and a South Indian actress, for making it convenient to be present for today's program. My grateful thanks to all the distinguished guests, heads of institutions, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Brothers, and Reverend Sisters for their presence. My sincere thanks goes to all the parents in whose honor we celebrate this day for their support and cooperation. We shall remember their contribution in allowing and encouraging us to participate in the program and making it a success.
I owe my heartful gratitude to our principal, teaching and non-teaching staff who have planned this program with meticulous care and made selfless effort in training us sufficiently to make this program a unique one. My thanks also go to the members of the press and the STM studio members who have cooperated to attend our program and to give a wider coverage. I shall fail in my duty if I don't express my gratitude to the supporting staff who for their contributions in making today's program a great success. Before I could conclude, I thank you, my dear friends, for putting in all your efforts in preparing and presenting a magnificent show, and also for being such a wonderful audience all through this program. I once again thank each and everyone for making our 17th annual day a grand success. Long live Montfort!